Welcome to Life Plus Plus, where we aim to add value to life by sharing knowledge, life lessons, and combined experiences from our friends, colleagues, and associates. In each episode, we'll be talking about real life issues and things that are important to you. So if there's anything you want us to discuss, leave them in the comments section below or email us at lifeplusplus@thethrowdown.com. The link will be in the description. This episode is brought to you or sponsored by Kososhi Clothing. Welcome to episode 1. I am Lambo the Virus. With me today, I've got my brother, Kings, aka Mr. Musical Muscle. What's good, bro?
Yo, Lambo, first of all, I have to say thank you so much, man. I'm honored to be here. And that's for sure, man.
Good to have you, bro.
Man of invention, you go for what you need to do and you create. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. So respect and thanks for having me.
Cheers, bro. So, how's life been, man? What's new?
You know what? I can't complain, but, I recently turned 45. So,
What?
Yes, man. June the 17th.
Wow.
Became an even older man.
You're a vampire, man. You're a vampire.
Don't be like that, man. The arthritis is still kicking in. I'm still feeling all the joint pains and everything. But, we're kicking. We don't give up. We come from that cloth, bruv.
Word.
That we stay in the fight regardless. You know what I mean? So,
Word.
yeah.
Word.
So, when you're talking about what's going on,
Yeah.
life, man. We're just fighting it as we see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's the energy we're bringing.
Word. Nice, man. And I can see that the fitness is paying off because no one, even me, I've known you for, God knows, over 2 decades, almost 3 decades. Hearing you're 45 is, wow.
Bro, you're telling me you're not seeing the gray hairs. Come on, the
yeah,
visual aid is there to confirm that age, bro.
But nowadays people gray early,
we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
And, and because we see each other and we're always in each other's space, you don't see that aging process.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're still aligned mentally. So, as that progression grows, you got that parallel link anyway. So, there's no gap.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Especially when you don't have kids, you don't really tend to see how quick time flies.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but time does fly.
It flies, especially when you do have, you're right, when you have kids, everything flies.
Yeah.
Because you've got so much you need to accomplish. You've got things you need to juggle. You're constantly juggling different plates.
Yeah,
when you look at these acts on stage and they've got
The
these
circus
plates
acts.
spinning.
Yeah.
You've got so many of these plates spinning that you don't even realize how fast time is going by. And we need to appreciate we're here, we're healthy. I know a lot of people in our age group that are not here. So for us to have the opportunity to share wisdom, learn as well. Don't forget, no one here is coming with some kind of godly sort of perspective. We just want to discuss issues, provide solutions, discuss solutions, and just kind of uplift our community and uplift people in general. So I feel your vibe, bro.
True that. And that's good to hear. And it's actually a good thing that you actually touch on health, being one of the reasons why, well, thankfully to God that we're able to be how we are.
Yeah.
But there's a trend. It's growing. Fitness is growing, especially here in the Western world. How come back home our peers seem to see being fat and obese as a thing of affluence?
It's mad though. Let me just tell you, even when I dropped weight, I hit 40. Yeah. When I hit 40, I looked at my pictures, my 40th pictures, and I thought, look, who's this old man from the village? It was like that. That was the emotion for me because I've always been naturally quite athletic. I've always participated in a lot of athletic activities. So for me to see myself, and even in that size, my confidence was overwhelming. And we're Nigerian. There's certain cultural traits that we're exposed to. We have to be confident. We're just natural. You have to fight your corner. We went to boarding school. If you don't fight your corner, you're on your own. Come on, man, you won't survive. So irrespective of your physical output, there was confidence. There was an internal thing. But when I was faced with that visual, it was different. I saw myself for the first time. Like, what happened?
Wow.
I was never going to be this guy that was going to hit 40 and be bloated, big stomach. And all of a sudden I was that guy. So to me, that was my light bulb moment. When it comes to fitness and trends, yes, the social media promotes that. It's all about having the body. But a lot of people cut corners when it comes to things like that. for me, there's a different aspect. There's a different take to fitness for me. You know, it was a pact for myself. And people ask me that question, what makes you so intense when you approach fitness at 45? And I remember when I started, it was that, you know, within myself, I thought, okay, you know what? There's so many things that are out of my control. I can't control anything. Yeah. You know, as much as I want to, and say, okay, well, the political policies, I can't change anything. Yes, I can vote. I can have an impact from there. But that singular vote, if it's not in block format, doesn't actually affect change. So I myself could not say, I want to change that. There was one thing that I had absolute control over.
That's yourself.
Myself, my body. I could push it to whatever limit I decided I wanted to. I had absolute control over that. And that was, for me, a realignment of taking back control, recentering, and trying to say, okay, you know what? I can achieve something, just, you know, that is within my control, and define it by my own efforts. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So it was deep for me. You know, I saw those pictures. I saw, you know, I made a pact. I'm going to change my lifestyle. So there's many, many attributes and many benefits to good health, to exercising. I know it's a trend, but we've got to discuss the direction. Yeah. So when you decide that I want to get fit, what's really motivating? Are you trying to impress your friends? Are you trying to go to the gym to check girls? Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. What's your motivation? Yeah. My thing is, I can't speak for everyone, but I can tell you the direction that I think works for me, that is more internal than the physical output. And that's my stance. That's the essence of my own fitness regime. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, it is a trend. Yeah. But it can be positive. Yeah. And it can be negative. Yeah. You know, it depends on how you absorb the message. You know, I always say, you know, I train people as well. People have given me information. And when I train people, I always tell them and say, okay, listen, the body is secondary, right? Your primary thing is to complete the task, because that's what's building the mentality. That's really what's driving it.
True that.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yep. Then, all of a sudden, you look in the mirror and your body surprises you. Wow, this is what I've achieved. Then it amplifies the motivation again. But the essence, the driving force has to be beyond physicality. That's when you're going to really benefit from good health. Yeah. Because then you adjust yourself. Yeah. You adjust your day-to-day life. It then transcends from the gym into day-to-day. And that, to me, is the best direction.
True that.
You know, I can't judge anybody and their direction that they choose. Yeah, there are people there, if you're a young man, you're 21, 22, your motivation for the gym is probably not as deep. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you imagine, the end result is ultimately health. So it's a good thing regardless.
True that, yeah.
So all I can do is, you know, they say always affect your circle of influence. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. A 21-year-old might not be in the same mindset I'm in at this point, because I was there. Yeah. I'm at a different point now. So maybe I'm speaking to more of my peers. And maybe, can I affect them? Can I inspire them to do something? Yeah. You know, my generation, sometimes we define ourselves as a lost generation, because, you know, we started things, but we never really got the accolades for it. Yeah, do you see what I mean? Yeah. So now it's time for us to reclaim that existence again. You know, we can't be put in the shadows. We have to use our experiences, our fights, our struggles to keep inspiring the younger guys to come up. Yeah. And we need to keep ourselves in good health.
Yes, definitely.
You know, and going back to the really basic question that you said, when my mom saw me all healthy, she goes, are you sick?
Can you imagine?
So is that African mentality is sometimes, you know, anybody that's muscular is either a megad or something else. Like, you know,
or an area boy.
Area boy. It wants to start. No, man. Yeah. And the reason why I had to kind of go through the backdrop before I answered your question, I wanted people to understand the essence and the motivating force behind me trying to change my life and being physically fit and able at 45. Yeah. So, you know, we have a misconception of what fitness is in Africa to a certain extent. But the movement has started not only with the Africans here that are inspiring other people. You talk about African artists. Look at their physique. Yep. Look at that body now. They're influencing the youth.
Yeah, true that.
Now,
that's very
a
true.
younger man coming up is looking at his idols.
Yeah, and trying to be like that.
Yeah, and they're going beyond what the traditional idea of fitness was.
Yeah.
So that's the answer to the question. I think it's just that education needs to keep flowing.
Yeah.
That good health doesn't mean, that you're lower in society. Good health is good health.
Yeah.
And someone that's lower in society with good health, I'm telling you, is richer than a millionaire that can't climb up the fucking stairs.
True that.
Excuse my language.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure about the, sort of like.
No, go ahead.
Do you understand what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
It's the passion.
It's the
Sometimes
passion,
it just
yeah,
makes
yeah.
me just want to emphasize certain things.
I know,
And that was literally what my mom said. Are you ill?
Can you imagine? I get that whole mentality. Like, she being buying.
She be Is she feeding you?
Yeah. And it's not even just from our parents. The same thing from our peers back home.
Yeah.
When they see you, you sure say now London they come from. Why? Because you're slim and you're fit, you're trim.
Yeah.
It's weird. This.
I think that's not everyone.
Yeah, not everyone.
I think,
obviously.
I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
There's some people, but sometimes that's their own insecurity that they were unable to do it. So I don't think that's a true representation of really their perception of fitness. I think sometimes we like to, Nigeria guys,
resentment,
we're egotistical, man. That kind of thing. We
yeah.
want to make sure that, so what's pushing me is my money. That's my strength. So I'm going to talk about my money. What's pushing you is your fitness.
Yeah.
Come on, man, your fitness can't beat my money.
So
that kind of talk is ego, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So I don't think deep down, if they could have it all, they would. Picture a multi-millionaire that has the body as well. The cars, the houses, and fitness.
Yeah.
That's a full house.
Of course.
No one's not going to tell me that they don't want that.
Triple threat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And we need to keep promoting the idea that there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know.
So what was the hardest thing for you when you decided to cut the weight? Was it the gym or was it the feeding?
I think it's a combination of both. You've got to really kind of start thinking about what you eat and how you fuel your body. But initially, I think you have to get into the idea of completing a task. It's tough, and a lot of people want to cut corners. But I think if you want mental growth, is the idea of conquering something that's tough. That kind of strengthens you. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, it was tough, man. You know, I was a big boy. You know,
I
was a big boy. I mean, you know me well. So it's one of those ones where, you know, I was resilient. You know, I was determined. You know, and I'd come to this notion that this was one thing that I had absolute control over. And I was going to use it as my starting process to re-energize myself. You know, I hit 40, like, you know, I wanted that, you know, I'm a guy that was a go-getter, to kind of lapse into some kind of monotony and kind of, you know, out of...
Slobby.
I'm not having it. I'm a fighter till the end,
Word.
you know, and this was my sort of rebirth, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
That's deep, man. That's deep. Because for me, I've been I'd say beneficiary, but in reality,
beneficiary is a good word. I think that's the right word to use, because the way you hesitated with that beneficiary, I'm a little bit concerned about what's going to come now.
Because in reality, it's not beneficiary. I was a victim. You worked. Oh my
People
God!
have used that word
out.
victim, but I think you know, for the viewers, we need to discount that word. It's not victim. I think the first one is beneficiary, and the reason why Lambo used beneficiary is because it worked.
Yeah, it did work.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So he now reverted back to victim because he remembered the start, the beginning. The start of anything is hard.
Oh my God!
That's all it is.
Going
so
to
you was
gym
two
at
tier.
5
I love that
a.m.
answer, by the way.
Yeah,
Beneficiary to victim.
I have to be
but
honest.
victim's a bit harsh.
I have to be honest. I felt like a victim through all those workout sessions. I felt like a victim.
Okay.
First of all, waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning every day to hit the gym.
You think about it. Think about Africa. You know, when you go to work, you have to go through Lekki to Main Island. You have to wake up early.
Yeah.
Even when I was on holiday, these guys would wake up very early because they knew the traffic situation. So you're waking up early anyway. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, but not to work out and carry iron now.
But carrying iron is how you define it. What about prepping yourself for your day?
Well, yeah.
How you define things is so important, my friend.
Of course. I'm not disagreeing with you because I'm
a
beneficiary. I'm a beneficiary.
The label of victim. Yeah.
I'm a human being.
Okay.
Yeah? Initially,
yes,
you will always be like, this guy won't kill me for this. You get what I'm saying? But when you start to see the results, not just physically, but mentally, being able to push your mind, push your body beyond what you would normally go through. That in itself is rewarding.
It's amazing.
But going through the process itself, you feel like a victim because of the pain. You're having to dig deeper than you normally would to be able to achieve what you want.
Victim of what? Who are you victim? Don't forget who's the beneficiary of the results?
I am.
Okay. So who's victimizing you? You're the one
pain.
putting your body.
I was a victim to the pain.
So to me that's not the right way out. You see why I want to dissect this?
Yeah.
Because it's important that we discuss one's mentality when you're going through those buzzwords, how you define things, statements that you use become a programming.
True
that one absorbs. Yeah. If you call it hard, it's hard.
Therefore.
If you call it victimization, it's victimization.
True that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you redefine it and say it's my prep for the day, if you say I'm getting ready for the battle of my day, and you redefine everything, you've got to turn it around. Yeah. Your mentality and your input, becomes different. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because then you're tuned in to the objective and you're determined to achieve and conquer whatever is in front of you.
Word.
I'm telling you, by using different statements, you become a victim.
Yeah,
you say, you define it, getting off 5.
Yeah.
I'm a victim. Why am I doing this shit to myself?
Who sent me
message? You start questioning your own self, like, why?
Yeah.
Then it's not enjoyable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta, I always tell anyone that trains with me, I say, okay, listen, you've got to redefine pain and you got to crave it. The minute you start craving it, pain starts becoming afraid of you. It starts running. I love you, pain. I was like, you're coming on too strong. Pain was like, yo, come on, man. I only want to date you for a little bit. I don't want to get married. I think it's not you, it's me. You gotta. It's like you think about the analogy of a relationship. If you meet a woman, and for the first time you guys are dating, and all of a sudden you say, I don't really think that this is an emotional thing that I want to be involved in. She's gonna start, actually coming closer to you because she becomes attracted to that rejection to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? But when you say,
you're the love of my life.
Yeah, girl of my life. I love you. She starts backing off like, you're coming too strong.
Not all of them.
No,
but I get what you mean. I get what you're saying.
We've gone through different scenarios, so we know it. Nothing is definitive.
Yes, true.
It's just using analogies are based on experiences.
Yeah, just throwing it out there because people. A few people are literal.
Yeah. I beg, don't be too literal.
No.
Read between the lines, trying to understand what we're trying to deliver here. Yeah. But define it as what's going to make you work harder. You pick the definition.
Word.
Whatever motivates you.
Word. That's wow.
So please redefine the experience with me. Please.
No. It was rewarding. It was because I lost a lot of weight. I became fitter. My stamina was up through the roof.
Amazing.
Crazy. My mentality. Yeah. Most importantly.
Of course.
Because you never really consider it when you're going to the gym that it will affect your mind. Yes. You think of your body.
That's the focus. That's the big bit.
Yeah.
That's the best bit.
Yeah.
That's the best bit. You conquering something, the level of confidence it injects in you, it propels you to achieve, to want to achieve.
Agreed.
I mean, that's the start.
Yeah. Therefore. Yep.
We can't all be billionaires. We can't all be multimillionaires. But if you're fighting and you're looking for whatever your goal is and you're fighting for it, then for me, you're accomplished.
Yeah.
You're accomplished.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the capacity. And this is what we need to, you know, every time, for example, the link to Africa, because we're Africans, and we want solutions for Africa. Do you see what I mean? Because I think the more resolved Africa is, the perception from the West is better.
It changes,
the interaction within the West is different. We
Yeah.
become more powerful. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get it. So when we're talking about, you know, taking it back to Africa, you know, you're talking about we're trying to create a base and say, okay, listen, we're still connected with you guys all. You know, we love you guys. We want to connect. Whatever you can teach us here. Whatever we can teach you, we'll teach you there. And it's not about, you know, ego. It's about merging minds. And we need to start going back there and say, okay, not everyone can be a multi-billionaire, but if you're a mechanic, be the best mechanic, be efficient. That's how you start developing a good maintenance culture. That's how you start developing your economy. That's how people start, you know, stop actually depending on the government because they become innovators. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
The best mechanic in his block.
Yeah.
He's efficient. He's clean. He's timely.
Yeah.
The best cleaning service. You know, we need all those. You can't be a multi-millionaire without a good cleaner.
No, you can't.
Do you know what I mean? Without a good driver.
Yeah.
Be the best driver you can be.
Yeah.
If we don't start rewarding and celebrating people from different capacities, rather than say, are you a doctor?
Yeah.
Are you a pilot?
Yeah.
Are you? No.
They pigeonhole you
Do you see
to
what I
certain
mean?
careers.
You know, you can't do that. For a community to rise, you need to try and bring everybody up, whatever the capacity, and they need to feel accomplished within whatever the capacity they exist in.
Yeah.
You know, you start isolating them. You do this, you this, you this, you this. Then you that you're a millionaire. A billionaire would now say, you this, you this, you this, you this.
Yeah.
A multi-billionaire will go to the billionaire and say, you this, you
Yeah, true.
Why are we doing that?
I know. And it's actually a very good segue to something that's been on my mind for a while.
Okay.
In Nigeria, it's there. That's the mantra.
Yeah.
There's no dignity in labor. There's no dignity in
So
labor.
wrong,
So if for some reason if you're working as a clerk or you're working as a plumber, you failed.
You know, plumbers are one of the richest people in the UK.
But to be fair, the landscape is different.
It's different because we haven't invested and kept the progression going up where it's full scale.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, obviously, financial mismanagement. But if we can just go past that and say, okay, well, all that's happened. This one's do, this one. We don't want to talk about that anymore. We just want people that, okay, you're there. At least be progressive. At least say that you're there for your people. You know what I'm saying? You can have as many cars as you want, but make decisions that are for your people. You know, if we can change minds in that way, the impact is then, for me, a lot more. You get more. Okay, everything has been done. It's done.
Yeah.
We're talking about it now. But how do I say, okay, well, look at your conscience. You have children now. Yeah, they go to the best schools, whatever. But just think about it. That plumber that you're berating, he has children too.
Of course.
With aspirations for his own children.
Yep.
You have a community, and if you're a leader and you go down that road of leadership, the whole essence of leadership is to make sure you have consideration for the people you're leading. And that's why the people are following you in the first place.
Yep.
You know, there's no conventional way for us to choose leaders now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We say it's democratic, it's not necessarily
even
very
democracy
political.
in itself is a very
they're more crazy for real.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when we're talking about the hope that one day we're going to get a group of people that say, okay, well, all right, I've had enough money. I've got everything I can find. I've slept with the most amount of women. I have a boat there. But enough is enough. You know what? Let me do something for my people. To have that wake up between our infrastructure, within our people, to say, you know what? Let's make ourselves proud of where we're coming from. Let's change perceptions. Let's put ourselves in a position of strength. So many communities do this. I mean, you look at the Chinese, when they do their movies, they will always, they're heroic, they're dedicated, they're loyal. It's always, they use the media to do that. The Jewish did it, you know? The propaganda machine via media was to empower and give a sense of supremacy. You know, anytime the black guy in the role, you know the roles they play.
But why? Why are we so dependent on on other races to actually project the image that we would want to, to get ourselves out of this stereotypical prison that they put us in?
It's difficult. First of all, is the international platform and control of that platform to actually, deliver the right perception of us. We don't have that power. We're not there. It's not ours. We don't own it.
Yeah, but how can't we build something?
No, I mean, I think we're looking at it from a perspective that, let's get validation from them first.
Exactly.
No.
Which is the problem.
Think about it. Just build from within.
Mm-hmm.
When they see that he's doing this, and then they come in and they present this contract and say, okay, listen, I'm going to manage your land for this. I'm going to give you penance. And we say, no. I don't think that's the right thing to do. We're intellectual people. We're intelligent.
Yeah.
No. You start doing that and you start doing everything from within and you start building. That respect will come automatically. Let's not be vulnerable to their influence. Start with the primary objective of any leadership position is to fix ourselves.
Yeah.
We can't blame. This blame game will just be going around in circles. And it opens that tribal question again.
Yeah.
Or is Igbo? We don't want that. We want unity and a merged mindset.
Yep.
That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
So, at some point, we just want someone, okay, we can't do it in one day. After the World War II, the English, you know how long it took them to rebuild? It took them a while, so we can start. There's never too late to start.
But this whole issue of them rebuilding, it's weird when you actually check what it is that went down during slavery. The fact that the government had to intervene to abolish slavery seems like a good thing, isn't it? It is. But when you look into it and actually find out that the slave masters they had to get paid off by the government.
Of course.
That's deep,
because
man.
we were considered a commodity. So if you say, okay, listen, we're going to change law, but in changing that law,
I'm going to lose money
for you. Your revenue is affected. Wow. Here's compensation for us to do that. Okay, listen. First of all, they had no right to enslave us. They had no right to say, "Oh, you're free." They were never in that position to be doing that, but they did it.
Yep, they did.
And they did it because of the division we have in some cases. The fact that they were able to influence certain leaders, because they couldn't have done this without actually manipulating minds and saying, "Okay, well, listen, I'm going to make your tribe rich. Just make sure we have this tunnel. You start helping us." They had the help. But, slavery is a touchy subject and we can go into it for forever.
True that.
It's an emotional thing, but I think we've got to stop at this point and say, okay, well, and I don't mean stop acknowledging our history.
No, hell no.
I think we've got to stop putting
using
that at the front of the agenda.
Yeah, definitely.
All right? It has to be there. We need to know where we are. We need to know what we were exposed to. We need to discuss our pains.